Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Rider Zero Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for Kamen Rider Revice episode 36. Now this is a great episode, man. I don't know. I don't know. I have some problems with some stuff in Revice, but at the same time, I very much enjoy this series. Yes, it's got its flaws and things like that, but especially when it comes down to Daiji, who is my favorite character in this series, but they just F him up a lot. But yeah, this episode was great. I've thoroughly enjoyed this episode. We actually introduced, because of what happened in the last episode, they introduced a new system which people basically come in and basically get vaccinated, and they ended up doing the Phoenix is basically like they basically have done a thing where now people come in and they basically get vaccinated, and they're ended up having their demon like taken away. So they're like basically they're dead men. You know, there are certain people in the city who have like, you know, have gift juniors. Well, everybody basically has a demon, but they basically have their gift juniors basically taken out of their body, and when they do end up getting stamped, they ended up oh, excuse me, I just drank some soda, so I might be that burp was terrible. But we see that these people end up being put into like their own, like basically being put in giving new living space, basically giving a new place to live, essentially away from other people who have like decided not to get their dead men then end up being stamped away. But we get a caveat. Basically, the caveat to that is that, yeah, people who do get their dead men stamped away ends up being energy for gift, but it's not charged. I don't think it's not charging up gift. We actually get introduction to a new enemy, a new demon in this episode. We'll get to that in a minute, but we see that throughout the episode they basically, the director Akashi is doing all this has confused confused most of the city. And we see that finally we get the reactions of actual people. We get the reactions of actual people and things like that. We hear civilians and other people talking about how they feel about what's basically going on. And I really wanted that. I'm glad we ended up getting that, because last time we didn't see any type of reaction of what people were seeing. Like, we didn't see the public's reaction to what happened in last episode. But now we're basically getting what they feel. We're seeing what they feel and hearing what they feel. Some people are people are mixed about getting this, getting stamped, and people are talking about how powerful gift is and stuff like that, and saying that maybe gift really is unbeatable. So we basically see that we see that Takami ends up, he wants to help Aggie. He basically wants to help, and he wants to join Weekend. So it's kind of jokey, but it's also, they want him to, he wants to join the Weekend, things like that. And they basically tell him that, oh, you got to go through a trial and stuff like that, go through it. And we end up seeing that we end up seeing Sakura and Hana end up going on basically on a patrol, and they see people talking about, the whole gift thing. And Sakura is like, I guess reality really hasn't hit everybody yet, since it was all so sudden. And that's when Sakura ends up getting attacked by Veil. So she ends up getting attacked by Veil, and she's fighting Veil, and she tells Hana to run, and then that's when Veil goes after Hana. And when Veil, he basically goes after, she tries to defend herself too. Like, she has like a gun. Basically, she basically has one of those guns that some of the like foot soldiers in Phoenix have, that basically can hurt demons. But this is Veil we're talking about here, so this gun isn't going to do nothing to him, and we see that. So she's about to be attacked by Veil. That's when Takami comes in, and he ends up attacking Veil. He ends up attacking Veil, trying to get Veil off of her, and that's when Veil ends up kidnapping Takami. We see that Veil is basically kidnapping people, he's basically trying to find Genta. He's trying to find Genta / Junpei. So he's basically doing everything. He basically like just trying to do everything he needs to do. So we did see that while Daiji does see that all these people being stamped and things like that, still working for Phoenix, and I'm like, why are you still working for Phoenix now? After what happened last time, I would have been quit. But we see, like Daiji just wants to save everybody. Like he wants to protect Phoenix in any way he freaking can, really. And being in Phoenix is the only way to save Phoenix, I guess. So I always feel like Phoenix has always really been corrupted. I feel like Phoenix has always been corrupt. But after we see Phoenix, after we see that, we see they ended up going back to the weekend. And yeah, but we end up going back to the bathhouse, and we actually see that George has basically moved in. He's moved into the bathhouse. He asks Ikin and Mom to let him stay there since they're not gonna have that many customers, because so many people are moving to this new facility, this new living space, after they end up getting stamped. So yeah, so George moves in, and he's gonna be the one to he's basically going to still be able to do his research and things like that there. So I'm good. I'm glad the boy's still here. Of course, they're not going to kill off George. They can't kill off George. So after that, we see that Hana and Sakura end up going back to and telling everybody that Takami has been kidnapped, and that's when Genta comes in. He comes in and says, "Hey, I like, you guys need to fall back because I'm the one that has to take care of Vale. Vale's my demon. I need to take care of him." Everybody kind of assures him that, oh, we're going to take care of him, things like that. And he's like, I need to fight Vale. Like he's the one, like he's my responsibility. And that's when his chest starts effing up. And that's when Genta is gone. Like Genta's out of the picture again. He's like, I can't just stay in hiding this whole time, like when my family is out here fighting my demon technically. So after that we end up seeing Hideko. He basically comes in there and says that, hey, it's okay because we know where Vale took Tamaki. So we find out that the trial for Tamaki to join the weekend was he ends up being given a driver and a vice stamp, and with this driver and vice stamp, it basically has like a GPS on it to where him being captured by Vale was all a big was a plan for, basically was a plan, but also like his trial to be in the weekend. So after they basically know where Vale is now, so they end up going to save Takami. And Vale's like, how did you guys find me? Like, and he's like, oh yeah, that was all the plan, we knew that, whatever. So everybody hinges up, and we're fighting Vale now. So Vale's kind of whooping everybody's ass, and as basically as usual, we see the return of the Geo form. We see the return of the Geo form. And I'm like, why? I wonder why. I understand that they're still trying to make the older forms like kind of relevant, but at the same time, you got Thunder Gale, bro. You got Volcano, Braid Rex. You got Volcano Rex. You got Braid Rex. You got Thunder Gale. Like, you have those, and we're also going to see the return of Braid Rex in the next episode. But yeah, man, you got these more powerful forms. Why are you still using the basic genome forms? I mean, they're all cool, don't get me wrong, they're based on legacy writers and things, but at the same time, it's like, use your best stuff. This is Vale we're talking about. He ain't no Joe Schmo freaking demon. Like, it's Vale we're talking about. So I'm just like, go straight into Thunder Gale. I mean, we also saw the return of his base form freaking Revice, which I'm actually happy to see, but still, like, go straight into Thunder Gale, dude. You don't have to, I mean, I understand this is all a bit toy commercial, but at the same time, it's like, go straight into Thunder Gale, bro. This is a top enemy here. So, like, this is no monster of the week kind of guy. So they're still fighting him. He's kind of beating everybody, and also like he actually ends up stealing. He still has all the vice stamps everybody kind of has. And while he's still beating everybody up, we see that Takami ends up coming in, and he tries to transform, with the belt, and that's when Vale steals the Vice stamp away from him, and it's the Buffalo Vice stamp. So I was wondering, what if Takami did actually transform? I wonder what his rider form would have looked like, because he had a Buffalo Vice stamp. So I'm just like, okay. And then when Vale steals it, he actually stamps himself with it, the Buffalo Vice stamp. So he ends up having that power. I don't know what that power is. I don't know what it's gonna give him, but yeah. So we see that Aguilera does actually step in after everybody's kind of getting their butt, which comes in and saves Takami. She takes the driver and puts it on, and we get the weekend driver. And this is where I spazzed in a good way, because I called it. I knew it. This is exactly what I wanted. We finally get another female writer, and her rider form is based off of her Queen Bee demon form, and I'm here for it. I was like, I said this in the last video. I'm like, man, I really want Aguilera to become a freaking writer, and we got it. And her suit looks so dope. It's kind of ninja based, because she fights with two big kunais. So I'm just like, yo, this is dope. And she molly-whopping Vale. I'm like, yo, like, so if she's just beating the crap out of Vale like this, she's even taunting him in a fight too. She actually forces him to run away. Like, I thought that he was gonna fight her till he ran out of energy or something like that, but no, Vale ran. So yeah, but her suit looks dope. She's doing a lot of attacks that like focus on his feet. When she does her ultimate, she actually takes her kunais and stabs him in place in his feet, so he couldn't move. She rider kicks him, and I'm like, yo, that was dope. I love this. And after that, Vale ran. But while all this is going on, Daiji is fighting fighting a small army of Gift Juniors in the city. He's fighting all of them, and while he does end up defeating all of them, but he is very tired, and this is all Akashi's plan, essentially. Basically to distract everybody, basically to distract Daiji from what Akashi was really doing. So we see that all the people who are being stamped, when their demon is taken out of them, the energy of those demons is charging up a new demon, which I mentioned earlier, who is the Hell Giftarian. He looks cool. I'm not gonna lie. He looks dope. I really want, also a small little thing I want personally. I want this guy to talk to Vale, and I want him and Vale to team up. I really do. I want him and Vale to team up, and like, he looks like this guy ain't nothing to mess with. We see that Daiji ends up using his ultimate attack on him outright, blows his arm off, and he regenerates. So now we know he's a big threat now, because this guy can just straight up regenerate. He ends up beating the crap out of Daiji and just leaving. I'm like, okay, and he just left, and he walks back into a portal. And now we got another enemy, another big bad, man. We also saw how Akami was battling Iki, and she, by her demon self. And what happens was that she was trying to essentially tell Iki something, and Iki ends up using his ultimate on her and basically trying to split her from her demon, but he can't, because she's basically a Giftarian type of demon. So she ends up talking to him, and we see her actual face again, and she talks to him and says, if you want to defeat Gift, you're gonna have to use Gift's powers, like basically use his own powers like against him. So she tells him that, and she ends up like leaving, because he did really beat her up, but she uses the last of her like strength to hold back her demon self, I guess, and she ends up leaving. And that's when everything's like pretty cool, everybody's happy, stuff like that. But Daiji is beat up again. Oh god, Daiji's beat up again, and he just left there laying in rubble. And I'm just like, why I keep doing this to my boy? And yeah, so we get back home, and that's when Iki goes to talk to George to tell him what happened with Akami. But episode basically ends off. He says he basically says that I want to save Akami. So yeah, episode kind of ends off right there. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'll look and post. But other than that, this was a good episode. Oh yeah, there we go. Turns out, uh, Aguilera transforming, and Takami getting captured, stuff like that. It was all like a big plan. We see that Big Papa, Big Daddy Katsuragi, he's the one that ended up making the weekend driver for Aguilera, and giving her the Queen Bee Vice stamp. And he basically tells her that don't be ashamed of what you did in the past, stuff like that. Like, Aguilera can still be a part of you, even though you're Hana now. Aguilera can still be a part of you. Aguilera, I mean, Hana, technically she wants to atone. She says that she wants to atone for what she has, what she's done in the past, and now with this she's able to basically atone for it. And that's how we got Kamen Rider Aguilera. And we see that Aguilera and Takami have passed in becoming part of the, like, full on. Well, Hana was already a member, but still with Takami becoming, basically they passed their trials, so they become full on members of Weekend. So Takami was a little jealous that he couldn't transform, which I was like I was like ready for that. Like, I really wanted to see that. I really wanted to see Takami become a writer, especially with the whole Buffalo thing. Like, I really want to see, like, what was he gonna turn into, with the Buffalo Vice stamp. I wonder if Vale still has it. Vale probably still has that stamp, I think. But yeah, so yeah, episode ends off with Iki talking to George. But yeah, guys, I think next episode, Akami might die. I don't know yet. But other than that, this is a good episode. I hate the stuff they did with Daiji. Had Daiji fight a small army by himself, and then when the big guy came in, he ends up taking him out. And yeah, I'm really scared of this Hell Giftarian. I really am. I was already scared of Vale, now I'm scared of him. Man, these... But also, I'm really hoping that these two team up and these two have like a conversation, because I'm ready for that. I want them to be like rivals and stuff. But other than that, this was a great episode. You guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of episode 36 of Kamen Rider Revice, and I will see you guys next time. And remember, stay henshined.